No one cares. The earlier you realize this, the better for you. The feeling of what people will say or react had kept many people stuck in a place for a while. They failed to realize that their actions or inactions will always elicit responses. Yes, responses from people. If you decide to succeed in what you are doing today, people will react. And if you decide to also be a failure, people will also react. So, what's the importance of not starting that business or pursuing your dreams because of people when you know that people will always react? So, I'm here to share with you 10 things you think people care about, but in reality, they don't. Welcome to my YouTube channel from the scratch. This is a business clinic meant for business starters and entrepreneurs who wants to leverage on my wealth of experience in order to build their businesses. My name is Chijioke Chikwesri, an economist, a business strategist, a serial entrepreneur, and most importantly, your business guardian. So, without much ado, let's dive into the things that no one truly cares about, but you think they do. Your clothing. It is true that you should dress the way you should be addressed. This statement has been misinterpreted. I'm sure the author was talking about modesty or decency. Being decent does not entail breaking the bank or borrowing in order to impress someone. I remember sampling opinions from some of my close friends 2 years after my wedding. What shocked me was that only 2% of my friends could remember the color of my wedding suits. None of them was able to remember the label of my shoes or even the color of the day. So, if my close friends couldn't remember the color of my clothes on my big day, why do you think that people will always remember your everyday attire that will make you to be indebted just to please someone who won't even remember after some days? So, the next time you want to borrow in order to dress to kill, to impress someone, remember that no one cares. The next one is your health. This is actually where it gets scary, but the truth is that no one cares. I remember walking into a health facility when I had a health challenge. I met this guy who works there as a radiologist. In a casual conversation, I told him I don't like visiting health facilities. And he told me that if everything is fine with everyone, then he will be unemployed and the health facility will close down. So come closer, let's talk. Do you really think that health practitioners want you healthy? That's the story of another day. Or do you also think that coffee makers want you alive? To a hospital owner, your health status is a business. And you know that everyone in business wants constant patronage. That is why you must take care of your health because no one cares. The next is your wedding. Planning for your big day is so exciting. You want it to be the talk of the town. I understand. But what's the wisdom in committing huge resources, even most times resorting to borrowing loans for a wedding event, which is just a day, at the detriment of your marriage? This is why most couples start their marital journey with lots of financial pressures, which most times, if care is not taken, breaks the marriage. Why not plan a moderate wedding with its finances available and then commit other excess resources to starting a family business that will sustain the family should anything go wrong, instead of investing in a luxury wedding that people will not even remember within the shortest time? Please note, luxury is relative. What may be luxury for Mr. A may not be a luxury for Mr. B. The message is that if you cannot afford it without putting financial pressure on yourself, then it doesn't worth it. Yes, that luxury doesn't worth it because no one cares. Your house. To some people, a house is more than a shelter. It's a sign of wealth. But if you can afford it without pressure, why not? But if you cannot, why not settle for modesty or affordability? The other day, I went to visit a cousin. I realized he abandoned his late father's mansion to start building his own moderate house. Upon inquiry, he told me that the cost of maintaining his father's mansion is more than building his own house from the scratch. By the way, the castle is now too big and old-fashioned. You see, for a man like my uncle who had only a child, it would have made sense if he had built a moderate house inside that 10 plots of land, instead of erecting such a gigantic mansion that leaves no space within, where his son would have built. No doubt, the house was the talk of the town then, but not anymore. It's now a liability. And the next one is your title. Achieving numerous titles is satisfying, of course. You will be honored and respected amongst people. But you must ask yourself, the people that wore those titles before you, where are they today? Do you truly fancy how they are remembered? When you remember that no one really cares, it will make you to pursue only those things that are important to you and humanity. And that is where the true meaning of life is experienced. Number 6, your car. Driving a luxurious brand to please people is one of the mistakes you can ever make. Any car that is affordable, gas efficient, easy to maintain, and sound has satisfied the qualities of a moderate car. But if you can afford a luxury brand, why not? But if it will put you on a financial debt, the middle class competes while the rich collaborates, even across religion. That is to tell you that religion is very powerful only when you are not successful, but insignificant where successful people are. No one cares about your religion, just like no one cares about your poverty. But everyone cares about your success. So, when you are trapped in your religious sentiments, just remember that no one cares. Number 8, your poverty. There is a saying that the world is unfair to poor people. And I asked myself, can't the person who constructed such self-destructive statements use same energy to drive himself to wealth? Honestly, no one is coming through for you. You are the only one that truly cares about your condition, no one else. And that will take us to the next one, your happiness. If you're one of the people that depend on external sources to be happy, I bet you're actually going to spend the rest of your life being sad because people are unstable. So, depending on them for your happiness will definitely leave you in an unsteady state of mind. That is why I strongly advocate sourcing your happiness from within instead of giving out the key to your happiness to an external source, which may not be reliable. And the last one is your face. I mean, your face. The world is controlled by interest. Interest determines who gets what and when. So, when interest is involved, no one cares about your face. How you feel or didn't is not their concern. Their major aim is to satisfy their hunger. So, when you realize that no one cares about your face, it will help you to get your life together in order to live the true life that you truly desire. Thank you for watching. Before I go, always remember that poor people stay poor because they are scared of other poor people judging them. See you in my next video.